I don't want to waste any time. Let's talk about your mob from yesterday.
Do we have to?
We're going to go through, certainly, obviously, a lot of the results from yesterday and the game at St James's Park. As I said, feel-good factor at Newcastle. Balloons burst at the minute, but still a long way to go. But Manchester United, Crookie, absolutely dismantled by Leicester.
Yep.
I mean, first and foremost, what are your thoughts on that? Could you see this coming?
Yeah, I could. I feared the worst because of the defensive problems. That was when Maguire was expected to be injured. I think he was injured. I hope he was injured in some ways, because if he wasn't, that was a really alarming performance from an England central defender. He was all over the shop, but he wasn't alone. It was a dreadful performance. I think what's lost since the start of the season is how well David De Gea has been performing and how many games he's kept us in by making big saves. Really, apart from Leeds on the opening day, I don't think Manchester United have played well all season. They've not produced a decent performance all season. Tactically, they look short. On television last night, Alan Shearer was saying where Leicester were pressing with intensity, United's players didn't seem to know whether to press, how much to commit to the press. They've got the Ronaldo conundrum, and it was suggested to me by a friend of mine earlier that Ronaldo at the moment is causing more problems than he's solving. And if that is the case, then again, that comes back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because there isn't a manager in the world who wouldn't want Cristiano Ronaldo in their armoury. If you've got arguably the greatest goal scorer, we can debate about who's the better footballer, but I think when it comes to the ruthlessness of scoring goals,
there's not many better than him.
Ronaldo, for me, is head and shoulders above the rest. If you can't find a way to accommodate him in your team and you can't play to his strengths, then that is exposing your shortcomings as a manager. That's before we even get on to Jadon Sancho. He was the one player since the start of last season Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has implored the board to bring to Old Trafford. Now he's there, the manager doesn't know how to use him. He doesn't know whether he's playing on the left wing. He doesn't know if he's playing on the right. And you can see his confidence slowly ebbing away. This is one of the brightest young players in European football. Then you look at the midfield area. Fred and McTominay still play more often than not. He still tries to play with two holding midfielders, which was something that we believe wouldn't happen this season. Declan Rice, absolutely sensational for West Ham. I commentated that game earlier today.
Oh, quickly, sorry, 1 second. Just to let everyone know, we are off air at 8 p.m. Quickly, I want you to continue.
but he's the one player, and I've been consistent in this message, he's the one player that transforms that Manchester United team. Jadon Sancho doesn't do that. Ronaldo at the veteran stage of his career doesn't do that. So somebody has missed an open goal, whether that be Solskjaer because he was so blinkered by Sancho, whether that's the board because they weren't willing to pay the £100 million it would probably cost to take Declan Rice out of West Ham. But there's so much wrong in this Manchester United team that the defending was comical. It was schoolboy. Yet the majority of Manchester United fans, the match-going supporters, are still behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He still gets applauded by the away fans yesterday. Why? The performances are lamentable. They're miles away from Liverpool and Manchester City and even Chelsea. He's been there 3 years. He hasn't won a trophy. Yes, he was a club legend. Yes, he's a great guy. But you can only survive off that, and you can only survive off sentiment for so long. Manchester United are going backwards under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I defy anybody to call this show now and give me one good reason why Manchester United don't need to change their manager, because they've got Liverpool next weekend. Take your calculators, United fans. That is going to be a hammering.